Hey guys, welcome back to Fix It videos. Today I was going to try to do some brakes on my Jeep. It's not new, but it ain't too old. I don't know if you can see, but I've got some glazing on these rotors. They're sports rotors. I put them on there hoping it'd keep them a little cooler because I drive a lot in the mountains. But anyway, let me get some tools and stuff together and we'll get started on it. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I'm going to do a video on this too. I need to repaint that. It's fading out. I don't know what this side looks like. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. I can't remember. These brakes ain't been on here but maybe 2 years, but they, like I said, I drive a lot in the mountains. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the, you know, the back seems to be okay. The regular rotors. And I think they're okay, but I do need to change them. Anyways, let me get some stuff together and we'll get started. Alright guys, I'm back. First thing you want to do before you change brakes on these 2015 to 25 Jeep Renegades is go ahead and mash your brake and start your engine. Let this come on. You want to go into your service mode right here. Well, let me get out of here. Okay, it wasn't finished loading, my bad. You want to push this little button here for service mode. Go down to safety driving assistance. Push that. Go down here where it says brakes. And that service mode will come on. Push that. Push yes. You can't hear it. See, now it'll say service mode up there, and you're good. Just turn off your engine. Oh, when I first done these, I couldn't get the brake off or even loose. I'm like, what's wrong with this thing? And I looked in the manual. It said it won't release them until you go in there and do that on the computer. It's crazy, huh? Now you can see these now where it's got crystallized. But the thing is, my brakes are good. I mean, they're still almost full pedal. I just don't. I guess the best thing to do would be to, I'm going to have to take these off and sand these and lightly sand the, well no, I'm not going to do that. If I'm taking them off, I'm just going to go ahead and change them. But I need to sand these real good to where those new brake pads will break into the rotor. Because these are, I don't know, I know at least 2.5 years old. It's got to be. But anyway, let me gather up a few more tools. I gotta get some, go get my Allen set for this. And you'll need a, this is a 14mm, it takes these loose. And that's a good thing, this thing just picks up. You don't have to push in the caliper, it's already retracted. But anyway, let me get some tools and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. had to wait for the train to go by. But when you get out here, these will be released. Your calipers released, pull back in. When you do that inside, you want to take these off with your 14 millimeter, I believe. Yeah. And you should be able to just pull these up here. Let's see. Make sure I got everything loose. Yeah, they might get a little stuck. They've been on here a while, but just slide them right off. Yeah, those brake pads are still good. I mean, they're hardly even wore. I don't even see no reason to change them. Oh, I felt a wobble in my brakes the other day. I'd been driving for a while, and it was in one of the days where it was up in the 90s, so they were pretty hot. I just need to reset these rotors, just kind of resurface them a little bit, and those brakes will reset. Anyway, I'm gonna have to take off this bracket right here too. I forgot about that one. Oh. I can't see what size. That's probably a 15 millimeter. No, it's bigger than that. I don't remember. That's too big. That'd be a 5/8 standard. Well, I ain't gonna keep y'all on here. Let me stop this a minute. Alright, yeah, I was right. It was a 5/8. And on these, they loosen them by pulling up. Somewhere to set that. I've got a electric. Of course, they don't fit in here when you're doing this kind of stuff. That's the thing they don't tell you. They're good for some things. Using the 1/2-inch drives on these, it makes it easier. I might have put Loctite on these. I had on my other truck, I had these bolts back out on one of them one time, fell out. Makes them a little hard to get off, but I'd rather it be that way and fall off going down the road. There we go. Just take that off. And then this is a number 5 Allen socket for your rotor right here. That's it. Just slide it off. Yeah, those brakes probably crystallized. Well, I got a new set of those, I can't remember. The Toyota TRDs, I think's the name of them. They're supposed to be for all-terrain vehicles, for in the mountains and whatnot. A lot of braking. Anyway, we'll continue this here in a minute when I get in the garage, and we'll resurface these rotors. Alright, I made it back in the garage. I'm just setting this up here. I'm gonna see if this works. It's kind of rough, but I want to rough this thing up really good so that way the brakes can resurface or recut in here and work properly. Well, they're not scarred. It's a good thing. They're just glazed over. What they call it, glazing. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be enough, so I'm going to try this one. I'm going to have to cut down into it a little bit just to make sure it gets that glazing off where the new brakes will seat properly. I don't know where my other sander is. I got one bigger for these discs, but I can't find it. Oh, that went wrong real quick. I guess I should have cut them. Yeah, I'm gonna get my scissors. Alright, I'm back. I cut that to fit. It wasn't doing so well. Take this up just a little and tilt it. You can see what's going on. keep this sander flat as you go around, that way it keeps it even. Make sure it doesn't mess up your rotor, which this ain't really strong enough to hurt. It's just getting that glazing off to where they'll reseat. Just want to make sure those new brakes seat in and don't start shellacking like these did. It's looking better. It's about smooth out. That looks like it's scarred, but it's not. It's just those brakes. A little bit more on that one. And you can see this side. That's what the other one looked like. That's why those ceramic brake pads last, but they'll scar up your rotors if they get hot and do this. I'm not going to make you watch this whole thing, but when I'm done, I'll show you the results. You see how it's done. Alright, I'm done with these. I sanded them real good. And what I'm doing with this, you can see all these little scratches. After I smooth it out, I'm doing this that way as soon as the new brake pads hit, they will grab and wire into this rotor like if it was new. If you make it all smooth, it may just shellac it again. You want to, see, I smoothed this out, but I'm going to rough it up. That way when the new rotor or the new pads hit it, it'll wire into it real quick. Gives it something to grind against for a minute till it breaks them in. I don't know if you ever notice when you buy a new set of rotors how they're real rough. Not they're smooth looking, but if you feel them, they're rough. That's where they'll wire in with the brakes. That's why I'm scratching this up real good. When the pads hit it, it'll wire into it instead of just shellacking it. I don't have rough enough sandpaper, but this does it. Give it something to break into. Yeah, I did this side real good. We'll break into it. I ain't got no real grit, no real heavy grit. That's about as heavy as I got with that, but it, I don't know, it just don't do as good as it should. This will help them break in where they won't shellac the rotors again. It's always worked for me. There might be somebody out there that's got a different opinion, but it works. But the rougher you can get it, the better. Gives those brake pads time to wire into the rotor instead of just shellacking into it, and you'll have problems from the get-go. A week after you put them on, you'll start getting shaking and stuff. You don't want that. That should be good enough. Anyway, we'll continue out there in a minute. We'll go in reverse this time. We'll put them back on. Okay, let's put these back on here. Okay, just make sure you line up everything. There we go. That should be right. See my, oh, there it is. Okay. Let me get the brake pad. These little clips here, they just pop out of these. It's the brake clips. You get your new ones, they just pop right back in. Pretty simple. Just pop out. Let's see, that's the back. hard to try to hold this in front of the camera and put it in there. I mean, you can put this back on and pop them in, but I like doing it like this, makes it easier. I'll find the bolt. Okay. Catch my caliper here. Stay there, buddy. Still got one more side to go. I thought I'd show y'all this side, same thing. On both sides. Just remember your bolts may loosen different depending on which side it's on. Yeah, these are new TRDs. They're actually supposed to be really good brakes. Yeah, and I know they're Toyota, but I like them. Oh, that's the back brake. Where's the front one? Yeah, that's another thing. You'll know the back brake pad will have this little clip on it, so that way you can't confuse them. The front one's just flat. That's the back. That's about all there is to it. I don't know if I'm going to have to compress this rotor or not. Yeah, I'm going to need a C-clamp. Be right back. Well, this thing was supposed to have retracted when I put the service mode on, and it didn't. But if it don't, you can use take you up, pop your hood and loosen your brake caliper, take a C-clamp and just do this right here and push it in. Just do it slow. I didn't have to do this last time. It actually retracted on its own. Once it goes flat, just loosen it back up. That's all you got to do. And it'll fit right back on there. Push these little things in there for your bolts. There you go. Put your nuts or your bolts back in. Starting to get warm out here, I know that. Oh, sorry. These things are being a butt, but I got that one. Usually you get one lined up, the other one will go pretty easy. Like I said, these are 14 millimeter. If you're doing one of these, don't forget to put your brake cap or tighten your brake cap back down on your master cylinder. If you hit those brakes with it loose, you'll have a big mess and no brakes. And that's pretty much it. Those new brakes should wire into that rotor pretty easy, I hope. Well, guys, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe, and I hope this helps somebody out there with one of these Jeeps. They're pretty simple to work on. I'll show you where your master cylinder is. It's back here. Oh, don't forget to tighten that back up. Of course, I got to do it again, but I just wanted to show you. I'll see y'all next week, hopefully, but have a good week, y'all.